FlipToons was designed by Jordi Adan and Renato Simonis in 2025. Arts by Diego Sa. Published by Thunderworks Games. Shout out Keith Mateka. This family card game plays 1 to 4 players in 15 to 30 minutes. Doug, give us an overview of this amazing game.
In a game of FlipToons, you take on the role of a casting director trying to find the perfect cast of 6 toons for the next great animated show. Each round, players will shuffle their deck of performers and reveal one at a time to create a 3x2 grid. Each toon card has a talent effect that either resolves when it's flipped or interacts with the other toons in your cast to hopefully earn you more fame. After the flip, you're going to tally your current cast's fame points. Players will use those fame points to hire more stars for their cast and add them to their deck, or dismiss cards to remove them from their deck. Players will then reset their fame marker, shuffle their entire deck, and flip out a new 3x2 grid of cards. If your flip is the first to generate 30 or more fame on a single turn, you'll earn the Critics' Choice Award, which is worth extra fame points, and trigger the end of the game. After that turn's market phase, it's time for one final flip, and the player who earns the most fame during the final flip is declared the winner. FlipToons has some phenomenal kind of Warner Brothers old school Cuphead style art on the characters, and there are different animal cards, each with different abilities, and there are various quantities of the different animal types in the game. So there might only be 2 lions, and there might be, several 3 or 4 rabbit cards in the deck that come up into the market. The market is kind of unique in that it has it resets every time a new card comes out. So the lowest power card is always going to be the cheapest card available, and the highest power card is going to be the most expensive. And if a new card, as a card gets purchased, a new one comes in, it's going to slot in order based on its power and cost. So if there are a lot for each new player. So if there are a lot of powerful cards out there at a single time, you could get a pretty powerful card for quite cheap. Or vice versa, if there's a lot of low power cards out there, one of them could be very expensive, and you're not really going to want to buy it. But that action of flipping over one card at a time from your deck gives me all of the great feelings of things that I've loved on a game like Quacks of Quedlinburg, which it's that push your luck. You've already assembled all of the ingredients in your deck, and then the order that they come out can really impact how things play, because some cards are moving cards around. Some cards are going to score more based on what came out before it or what comes out after it. Sometimes you have to flip cards over, which can, flip over the next card. This one may give you a lot of fame, but you have to flip over the next card, and it's like, oh, shoot, that's my super powerful card that then goes face down and is going to give you no fame. So that kind of lottery style with almost combines like a Quacks of Quedlinburg with a game like Challengers, where it's kind of just playing itself out after you've constructed. I don't know how it's going to play out. I hope I put the right ingredients in. I really like that. And it really was a darling at Gen Con. A lot of people
sold out.
Fell in love with that one.
And there's 2 aspects of this game that make it stand alone for me. I love what you said about Quacks and Challengers. The dismissing action. So you get 2 market phases on your turn. And you can choose to spend some of your fame to dismiss somebody from your cast.
Fire them.
Get them out of your deck. You're firing them. They're gone.
Future endeavor them.
And I love that when it's combined with the final flip. So the first person that gets to 30 gets a little 3-point bonus because they were the first one to get to 30, and then you have one more flip. Yep. And I've played multiple games where I've gotten to 30 too fast. It's like, oh, shoot, I got to 30, but I got to 30 because I flipped the only combination in my deck of 8 cards that would have given me 30. I got there.
Perfect.
So now I know I'm going to end with like 27 or 28 probably on the next one. And I love that decision space. It's such a unique ending in a 10 to 15 minute game. never just played one game. It's always been 2 to 3 games. So those are the two aspects that really stand out for me with FlipToons. It's going to live in my quiver. It's one that I'll have with me for probably the next few years whenever I'm taking games, wherever I'm going. It's going to be on road trips. These two games right here will likely be in my backpack whether I'm in airports or on car trips because they're just a ton of fun. Also, how easy is this game to teach?
Yeah. I like what you said there too, because I've had 2 games where one where that you get to that 30 because you have that perfect hand. You know, everything comes out perfect to get the maximum amount of points that you could get out of the cards in your deck. And then you're like, now I have to do it again and hope that I get that again, which the odds of that are so low. So I've seen that. Yep. And I've also had a game where my deck was so streamlined of 6 cards where it's like, I got 35 points this time, and I'm getting 35 points again because there's no possible way this can turn out any differently. And that was like awesome. And the other thing that's really cool about this game, which takes a little bit to get used to, but they have cards to keep track of your fame, which you kind of have to do because it's a little bit of a math puzzle of like, okay, how much is this card worth? All right, 8 points. The next one, because they're all kind of triggering off one another. It might be which cards are adjacent to it or the number of cards with a certain power or something like that. So it's 2 cards that you kind of use to keep track of your fame and count them up, which takes a little bit to get used to. But then at the same time, to your point, you can put it in a quiver. There are no tokens in this game. Mm-hmm. It's just a deck of cards. So there's no like, oh, give me my points to calculate my fame, and then I'm going to spend money. All of the money and all of your fame money, interchangeable type of thing, reset at the end of each round. You're back down to 0. You got to build it up again.
And the card flips once you get to 21. So it feels really good. You know, oh, I have 5. Oh, I have 9. Oh, I have 11. And then it's like, ooh, I'm flipped. I'm over on the other side now. I'm getting close to 30. How am I going to optimize this? Last thing I'll say while we're talking about the game, if anyone wants to play on Board Game Arena, I know we also have a Gameschooler podcast, fan club or group on Board Game Arena. Just kick out a game of FlipToons and I will jump in and play. It is fantastic. Right now, I believe it's still in the alpha mode on Board Game Arena, and why that's relevant. It's not in the quote-unquote arena series once it's done. You can play this pretty competitively because game plays so quickly. So absolutely love it. Love it in real life. Love it on Board Game Arena as well.
Yeah, great game. And
hey, before we move on from that one, it makes me want to play another game that Jordi Adon designed again. I really want to get Cartographers played again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been like 3 or 4 years when I was looking at my log plays from actually playing that repeatedly and getting it into a rotation. So maybe with our new format, that's a game that we'll get covered here sooner rather than later.
With all the different maps, there's a lot of different content for that. So, and the art in this is so good too. Good. As far as I'm kind of a sucker for that style of art, even though I don't know why, but it does really grab me of like feeling like you're in that universe as loose of a theme of casting characters and stuff. It's like it feels like you're building Who Framed Roger Rabbit cast list type of thing.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I want to see that. Is that a prequel or a sequel? Oh, awesome.
It's a knockoff. It's a knockoff version.
Let me know. Me and your dad will go on a Tuesday afternoon. I'll take a day of work off and we'll go see the matinee.
I'm going to start making Roger toys because I don't have the license to Roger Rabbit. He's going to be a hare instead of a rabbit.
Are we moving into railroad tiles?
Yeah, so that is FlipToons from Thunderworks Games.